Hey everyone, Drew Coolman. So I have a loan program I want to tell you about. The reason why is they probably still have funds for about next 1 to 2 months, meaning we'd have to write a contract most likely in the next 30 days in order to be able to access these funds. And what I'm talking about is there's a loan program out there where there's $15,000 down payment assistance. You can use it towards your down payment. You can use it towards your closing costs. So it's a good way to get your monthly payments lower, get to your debt to income ratio lower. Now, there are restrictions and there are property qualifications, and that oftentimes scares people off. And of course, when you go through a more exotic loan program, sometimes there's more paperwork. Well, the good news is I have a loan officer who can typically get the state housing part done in 30 days. This is money provided from state housing of South Carolina. The counties it qualifies for is Lexington, Richland, and Sumter. Okay, and each of those counties can have certain zip codes, and it's called the hardest hit fund because back, in the 2006, 2008 timeframe, this is where a lot more of the foreclosures hit. And I know one of these particular zip codes in Lexington is the zip code I live in, and we're seeing great price appreciation. I bought a new construction house probably 4 years ago, and usually when you buy new construction, you're buying it at market value. You're not seeing a ton of appreciation just because everyone essentially is, paying around the same. You're getting a lot for the money, but you just have to realize that with new construction. However, because this community has just kept taking off, becoming more and more desirable, and the zip code lagged the other zip codes, I have over 20% equity in my house. So, I started off with about 3.5% equity, but we have well over 20% equity now. And that's for new construction in 4 years without doing any additions to your house. That's, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, I guess, but that's really good. And I'm leaning a lot towards choosing the right zip code mattered. And I know I tend to get a little technical, so just I can always explain more later, but to give you an idea, there's something called the HPI. And what that does is it's basically, it studies the real estate market and how it appreciates compared to inflation. So the lower the HPI is, that means typically it inflated less than other zip codes. So to give you an idea, 29072 in Lexington, that has been the most desirable part of Lexington for a long time, and they saw a lot more price appreciation. But when you look at the maps and the way this grows, is it's a sprawl. So typically, after a while, you want to get right to the line of where all the price appreciation was hitting. That hasn't happened yet, and that has been 29073. And in the last couple of years, we're seeing a lot more price increases. I mean, we've got an Arby's around the corner, a new Chick-fil-A being built. The Aldi's just got built. We have all the stuff that you're looking for, if you're going to be more like in the suburbs for the typical restaurants. So anyways, what I'm trying to share with you is there's some good zip codes here. I can get you some really good houses. The houses could go up to about 300,000. Okay. But probably the sweet spot where most people are using this program is around that 150 to 200,000 range. There is a minimum credit score. The minimum credit score is 620. However, and that's for FHA. If you're only 680, I believe it can go to 640, but let's just say 680. Okay, the average household income on this is around 70,000 because there is an income restriction. So if there's 1 to 2 people in the household, it's around 70. If there's more, 3 plus, it goes up to about 80,000. Okay. We talked about the home price. Again, the $15,000 assistance, that's real money. That's not like some marketing scheme. That's $15,000. That becomes a second mortgage. If you live in the property for 10 years, and I know that's a long time, it's all forgiven. Could you have any other ideas of where you get $15,000 free as an investment? You get to live in it, and if it helps your home appreciate even more, you're using that leverage to have more equity in your home. And again, I know I'm going with some kind of more advanced conversations, but anyways, that's the way I think. So You just have to rein me in a bit sometimes. But anyways, this can be used for FHA, VA. It could be used for a USDA loan or a VA loan, but really those are such good loan programs that a lot of times they'll just go with those by themselves because it could get complicated with all the paperwork. Again, whenever you do exotic loans, sometimes it requires a little more paperwork. However, this loan officer I'm using crushes them. So she can get it approved in 30 days. So that's, we'll write in, we can, a 45-day from time of contract to close. And of course, if we can do it sooner, and you want to do it sooner and the seller wants to do it sooner, we move it up. But that protects you so that we have protection. So if anything happens, we could always get you out of the contract and get your earnest money back. And of course, I have to go through all that details with you when we write up an offer to basically tell you what you can ask for, how you're protected. If we have to get out, how we do so legally. That's my job as a realtor. My job is to guide, protect, and give you an advantage. Okay, so I think that's a lot of the highlighted versions of this. Again, Lexington, Richland, Sumter are the counties this can qualify for. And there's certain zip codes, but like Lexington, I can't even count quickly. It's like 10, Sumter has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zip codes. Richland County probably has at least 8 zip codes. So it's not like there's only one zip code. Minimum credit score, 620 FHA, 680 conventional. I really want to see us try to be 650, 680 minimum anyways. If you're at the 620, I want to have a conversation to make certain this won't be a burden on you. We got to make certain that this is a blessing. This is designed to help you get in a house, but there's responsibilities with owning a home. And I just always want to make certain I am giving you the best life possible. So we got to evaluate, is this going to be a burden or is it going to be a blessing? That's, what we've got to figure out. I hope this helps. There is going to be another loan program we're going to be talking about soon. It's another state housing program. It's called the Palmetto Hero program. Now, this one has not had the funds released yet. And when it does, people are going to go at it strong. But here's the thing, it's coming out in about a month. So we need to kind of already get a head start on some of the houses out there. Who is this for? Correction officers, firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, law enforcement officers, nurses, certified nurse aides, teachers, veterans, South Carolina National Guard members. What do they get a benefit of? That's going to be funds to, again, can be applied towards their down payment or their closing costs. And again, I will give you more information on that, but it's probably going to open up in March or April when the funds open up. So let me know how I can help you. And of course, if you're not using these programs, I can help you. If you're a cash buyer, I can help you. If you're financing, I can tie you into the loan officer that fits you best. But first, we have to have a conversation so I know how to help. I hope this helps. I will talk to you later. If you want the flyer of this loan program, just shoot me an email and we'll talk soon. Bye. Sorry about that, guys. I am having a tough time closing this one down. Okay, here we go.